Merry Christmas, everybody. The whole time I worked at Walgreens for 5 years, I never really had time to date. I think I only dated once a year. So now that I don't have a job and I don't have a whole lot of bills, I've only got like 3 bills, my storage units and my car insurance. I think that's it. That's all. Yeah, that's all I owe. I now can have time to date. So I am going to start dating and not feel guilty about it, because I now feel like the Lone Ranger where everybody's got a significant other, except my poor brother just lost his wife. He needs to grieve her first before he starts any kind of relationship. He's got to get over all this mess with the will and the trustees, because his wife owned a lot of assets. So yeah, I'm not going to feel guilty about it. And now I'm on a different dating site that is a little bit more high class, because this one is not a free one, right? So I've lost my appetite. When my friend died, which is my sister-in-law, I lost my appetite. And plus, I'm turning into a vegetarian because the meat in the Dominican smells different than the meat in the U.S. So I didn't like any of the meat. I just enjoy the jerk chicken in Jamaica. Now, if I don't get to know another guy in the next couple weeks, if I can't get a second date or don't want a second date, I might just go live in the islands for 3 months. Yeah. Every time I go there, I have to come back and I'm depressed, because it takes you probably 3 days to unwind from the tension and the stress of living in the States. Believe me, it's very stressful living in the USA. And so when I get back, I'm morbidly depressed. And when I own my own business, the only time we ever had office was between Christmas and New Year's. It's the only time I ever really got to see my husband. And I just watched Tammy Baker's movie about her. Me and Tammy Baker had a lot of similarities in our lives. I won't go into it. I suggest you just go watch the movie. Yeah. The poor thing died of breast cancer. She did remarry. They eventually let Jim Baker out of prison. These were the gospel people on the TV. He misappropriated everybody's donations. So now I forgot what I was talking about. Jeez. Well, yeah, dating. All my grandchildren are grown. They don't need me anymore. They have their own loves. It's a very sad thing. So it is now the time in my life to find somebody to spend the rest of my life with. I still have a lot to offer. I keep thinking I'm too old. I'm too ugly. I still have about the same amount of energy I had when I was younger. Because when you're younger, you have to deal with a whole lot of stress. That depletes your energy. Well, now I don't have that stress. So it kind of evens out. And I'm still active. I can still walk. But I've been thinking about, in a college town, they have a lot of houses for sale, which you can get very cheap. Of course, they needed to be upgraded. That's why they're so cheap. But you can get like two apartments in one house, and I could, if I had to, live in one of them and rent the other one, because I like passive income. Passive income is great, let me tell you. So I'm thinking about not buying one house, but two of them. And I'm a pretty good property manager. I mean, I know the basics about remodeling. I've remodeled every house I've ever owned. I'm very good at hiring general contractors, because when my house flooded 10 times, I had no choice. I had no choice but to contract out the tear outs. They had to tear out every wall in a half of my house. They had to put up new insulation. I had to hire someone for the drywall. And then I actually did the rest. I put up the lights, and so just before I sold my house, I had to hire a handyman and his wife. They were in Colonial Beach. They were very good, and he actually put up my ceiling fans in my bathroom. It only took him like 3 minutes. You know, I have a tendency to make things more difficult than they really are, and I did very good. Because a handyman usually knows how to do everything. I've learned how to repair my own, my garbage disposal. I put a doorknob. I had to put a new doorknob in when my son left. I had to change the locks. So yeah, I can be in charge. And if you've already got tenants in there, leave them alone. You know, if they're on a month-to-month, leave that alone. If they're caught up on the rent, you know. A lot of people this pandemic think they don't have to pay rent. Well, they got a rude awakening. So, I think as long as you got a car you can drive, what the hell? So, not letting anybody deter me what I need to do, because I know what I need to do. I can't do what other people think I should do. So I'm going to go to Giant Food. I think it's off Wellington Road, and I'm going to buy a whole bunch of eggnog, sit on the couch, and drink rum and eggnog with some nutmeg on top, and I'm not going to move. For the first time in my life, I'm not going to move. I'm going to sit on my ass, because every Christmas I've always had to do all the decorating, all the house cleaning, all the wrapping of the presents, all the buying of the presents, all the cooking, all the cleanup. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. I don't care if I am a guest at somebody's house. I'm the oldest, and I should be treated with a little bit of respect, since I'm the matriarch of the family, right? It's time us older people get the respect we deserve, okay? Bye, everyone.